Melvin loved pie. This wasn't just a normal everyday kind of, yeah, if somebody gave me a pie, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I love pie. This was more of a, whenever somebody said pie, everyone needed to clear out of the room, fast. One day, Melvin was walking down the street when he saw a magical pie. It was the prettiest pie he'd ever seen. There was a beautiful crust on top, steam coming from it that smelled like strawberries and apples and lemons and puppies and smiles and rainbows, and there were angels singing. Melvin wanted the magical pie. So he walked over and started eating it. It was so good that it made his toes tingle and his stomach go, wow, that is a good magical pie. But all of a sudden he thought, this magical pie is good, but I wonder what it would taste like with ice cream on top. So he went and got some ice cream. He took a big bite of his new creation. Now this is a good magical pie, he thought to himself. This time, it made his eyes water and his heart go, wow, that really is a good magical pie. Then the neighborhood sprinkle truck drove by, and he thought, my magical pie was so good when I put ice cream on it, I wonder how good it will taste if I add sprinkles. So he went and bought some sprinkles. This time the magical pie was so good that his tongue started dancing and his brain said, meh. Wait, what? Meh. Why are you saying meh, brain? Isn't this the best magical pie you've ever had? Meh. Melvin was very confused. He was so sure this was going to blow his mind. I mean, this magical pie is all right, started his brain. But we're small time right now. I mean, sprinkles on ice cream, come on, we can do way better than that. Suddenly, it dawned on Melvin. His brain was right. If the pie was so good after they added just one or two things, why didn't they just go all in? Suddenly, a pistachio truck passed. His stomach shouted, get it! Melvin ran to get some pistachios to add to his magical pie. As he put them on top of the ice cream and sprinkles, a bacon truck passed by. His heart screamed, get it! Let's be real. If a bacon truck passed by, you know you'd freak out too. Then, when everything seemed to be as good as it could possibly get, his brain screamed, chocolate truck! Melvin added it to the magical pie. He sat down and took a bite of his magical pie, and it was so good, the world seemed to explode with joy and happiness. We've got to add more. Next came caramel, then peanut butter, then that awesome shell chocolate syrup that hardens when you pour it on. Then he started adding some of his favorite foods, like spaghetti, pickles, tacos, orange chicken, and hamburgers. This was going to be the best magical pie ever. Then he started adding some of his favorite things, like rubber duckies, YouTube, fridge magnets, and a 15-book series about vampires and werewolves teaming up to form a resistance against the rising popularity of dystopian novels. Finally, it was finished. Melvin stood back to behold his marvelous masterpiece. The glorious magical pie was so incredible that he couldn't even believe he was staring at it anymore. Well, I mean, as much as he could stare at it, it was kind of, well, I mean, if you looked at it this way, no, maybe this way. Let's try sideways. Upside down? A cold chill rushed over Melvin as he realized he had completely buried his magical pie. He had thrown so much other stuff on top of it that he couldn't even see the glorious magical pie he had started out with. His heart sank, and his stomach, and his brain. This was not what he had in mind. All of a sudden, he realized he could just go buy a new one. Nope, all the stores were fresh out of magical pies. So he went back to his pile of toppings and said, let's do this. So hours and hours later, he cleared off the toppings and found his glorious magical pie. Well, the half-eaten, squished remains of it. But he enjoyed his simple magical pie anyway, and it made his toes tingle and his stomach go, wow, that is a good magical pie.